so sitting right next to me is a great hero, is a great American patriot. Thank you for stopping by our booth. We have the biggest anti-CCP booth. And I know you've been fighting for freedom, and you are a great mom and with kids. And so tell us about yourself. What's your name and where are you from?
Well, thank you so much for that introduction. I'm definitely not a hero, but
you are my hero.
Well, thank you. My name is Lindsey Graham. Yes, exactly like the senator that we don't all love. I go by the Patriot Barbie. It was a name given to me when I defied lockdowns and was attacked by the left. And I live right here in Arizona.
Okay, great. You know, right now there are millions of Chinese people who are protesting the COVID-0 policy and the draconian lockdown. And people in China have been risking their life to protest the CCP. But what concerns people like us, we are from the new federal state of China, which was funded by Mr. Mao back in 2020. And he's CCP's number one enemy. He's the most formidable enemy to the CCP. And now he's leading the Chinese people to take down the world's largest dictatorship so that the Chinese people would have the freedom to be like you, okay? And so tell us, you know, what's your reaction to our purpose, our mission to take down the Chinese Communist Party?
Well, first of all, I want to say for all of you that are protesting and risking your life, good for you. It's a very hard thing to do. There's a lot at risk. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. And it is very brave to stand up to a large government. So kudos to you guys. Thank you so much. And of course, freedom is something that is given by God, not by the government. And when I see some of the draconian measures that China takes against their people, it's heartbreaking. And so, you know, of course, we don't want to see that come to America. I believe that we've already seen it come to America with COVID lockdowns, yes, and the censorship of our freedom of speech. And it's alarming at the small level that we're at now. So we do not want to see America turn into anything like the CCP. And I know for one, I'm willing to fight this battle. I don't want my kids to have to fight it. It's too hard and there's too much to sacrifice. And this is something we need to do for our future generations. So I thank you guys for doing it.
Thank you for being here to show your solidarity and support with us, because for the survivors of the Chinese Communist Party, I mean, we have survived the Tiananmen massacre, the forced abortion, the forced labor camp, the genocide, almost everything, the worst of the worst. And we're so happy to be here to tell the American people that the only thing worse than the CCP in China is a CCP in America. And CCP has been already dominating America's Wall Street, America's Silicon Valley, NBA, and Hollywood, social media platforms, and mainstream media outlets. I mean, we do not want America to be stolen by the CCP, and we do not want our story to become your children's story. And so we have suffered enough of the CCP that we hope that we must take down the CCP so your children don't have to.
Yes, and thank you guys so much for doing what you do, because it sounds to me like you escaped China to come here for freedom, and then to wake up one day and go, oh my gosh, we are going down a slippery slope into the same regime. That is heartbreaking. And so honestly, like as Americans, we take advantage of our freedom. We don't realize how free we have it. But now that Americans are starting to wake up and people like you are bringing attention to what's going on, it's time for us to rise up and stand with you and fight for these freedoms.
Absolutely. You know, our leader and founder, Mr. Mao, he's mostly persecuted by the American law firms in this country, because these white shoe American law firms have been hired by the Chinese Communist Party and to carry out the persecution against the Chinese whistleblower movement, to silence, to destroy the Chinese dissidents like myself. And so this is happening in the United States of America. That's the last thing I would ever imagined when I first came to this country. I used to look up to America as a beacon of hope, as, you know, a city upon the shining hill. But right now, the CCP has dimmed that light, and we must not allow the CCP to steal this country's rule of law, to steal this country's justice system, and to stop stealing America's courts. So this is the reason why we're here, and we're so happy to stand with people like you, the freedom-loving American people. We need to work together to take down the Chinese Communist Party in this country.